But I was getting the scripture that shows that, it's not of us. The Most High directs our steps. He's the one who brings us into this ministry, who brings us into the marvelous light. Okay? And it's going to be in... Oh, shit. Hold up. Proverbs 16:9. A man's heart deviseth his way, but Yahweh directeth his steps. Okay, you see that? So we can, our mind, we can come up with all kinds of plans and devices and, ideas. But at the end of the day, Yahweh is the one who directs our steps. Yahweh Bashem Yoshai is the one who chooses us to be the prophets. It's not something that we just like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? I didn't say, wake up one day and said, you know what, I'm going to be a prophet. A lot of us didn't even realize the full magnitude of what we were coming into when we started to, when the Lord put the Spirit on us to, prophesy on the street corners or prophesy on the internet. We didn't know. I know I didn't. I didn't know the whole, job description. But you get involved and then you start to learn and you start to grow in the Spirit. And then you realize like, oh shoot, this thing is serious. This thing is, it's, for those of us who are sincere, it's basically the only way of life. Okay? We don't really have another option. We don't, man. We don't have another option. This is it. You see? and I chuckle in humility, in humbleness. Because it's not that I think it's funny, but it just, you really don't have another option. And if you're in this ministry sincere, you know what I'm talking about. John 15, and where am I at? And 17. It says, these things I command you, that ye love one another. If the world hate you, you know that it hated me before it hated you, right? So the scriptures prepares us for pretty much everything. Like we start to get the hate, but guess what? We know why we have hate on us. They hated Yahushai. The 2/3 hated him, And that's okay. We're okay with the 2/3 hating us because we're in a different spirit than these 2/3. Because really when it says the world hates you, it's talking about the Israelites. It ain't talking about the heathen, okay? Fuck the heathen. The heathen, of course, they're going to hate. Because they're not a part of this. So their hate is natural. But the 2/3, that's really what this verse is talking about. If the world hated you, you know that it hated me before it hated you. Right? Because the 2/3 hated Yahushai. If ye were of the world would love his own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you. Right? And it's true because Yahweh Bashem Yeshai has chosen us out of the world, really out of the world of Israel. He's pretty much got his elite, right? Because if we are those men, if we are those prophets, we are the elite of Israel. Okay? So whenever you're the elite, you're going to have haters. And these people, they can't even control their hate towards you because it's not even of them. They hate the elite. They hate the top spirits, the top souls, the prophets. They hate the men who are, when somebody's chosen, and even in the world, if somebody chooses someone else over another person, the person that didn't get chosen, they're jealous. They develop a hatred towards the one that was chosen. That's no different with Yahweh B'Shem Yoshai and what he's done for us. I'm sure you've had family members. I can tell you, my family, they're like, hey, you think you're fucking perfect because you're in this truth. You think you're fucking this and that. I get that all the time. From my own family, right? And they hate. Sometimes that hate comes out. They get so angry that that hate is, they can't conceal it. Verse 20, remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also. And the reason is we're saying the same thing Yahweh B'Shem Yoshai is saying. We're all one body. We're all one accord. We're all like-minded, one mind. One mind, one body, one accord. So the spirits that this truth is not for, they're going to come out and lash those emotions of hate, of betrayal, all of the above. Don't think that your own family is not going to betray you, especially in the crazy times that we're coming into. But all these things will they do unto you for my name's sake, because they know not him that sent me. And that's, at the end of the day, you could read the spirits who loves you and who hates you, who believes in this ministry and who doesn't believe in the ministry. Okay? If I had not come and spoken unto them, they had not had sin, but now they have no cloak for their sin. Right. So if the Lord didn't set up Yahushua and his prophets, then these people wouldn't know what's right from wrong. But now they hate us because we basically called them out on their bullshit. We called them out on showing them their transgression, right? Sparing not their feelings. And they get mad when you do that. But they don't understand that that's how we're set up. We're set up to not give a fuck about their feelings and to care about this truth, prioritize this truth ahead of their feelings. You see? And they think we're fucked up for doing that. Of Isaiah 58:1, cry aloud, spare not, meaning spare not their feelings. Lift up the voice like a trumpet, let them know loud and proud. Tell them what it is. And show my people their transgression in the house of Jacob, their sins. See? So we're commanded to call the Israelites out on their bullshit. We're commanded to call them out on their wickedness. And then when we do it, because they're not in their same spirit as us, guess what? They develop that hate, or those emotions come out to the point where some of them want to kill us, They want to persecute us like they did Yahushai. John 15 and... let me see. And let me read that 22 again. If I had not come and spoken unto them, they had not had sin, but now they have no cloak for their sin. Now, hey, you've been taught what it is and what it's not. And if you don't take heed, your ways are not going to be cleansed. You're going to be, you're going to be guilty. And that's why they hate us, because they're guilty when we tell them the truth. Just like Yahushua, when he was on the scene, he was telling it like it was, according to the laws of Yahweh B'Shem Yoshai. Our people don't like to hear the truth. They despise the ways of Yahweh B'Shem Yoshai. So when you call them out on it, or when you bring it forth to their attention, they feel some type of way. See? Verse 23, he that hateth me, hateth my Father also. Right? So if they hate us, they hate Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, because there's order in this. If your family, or if your people around you, or anybody who who hears this ministry and they develop an offense or a hatred towards you, well, guess what? It's at the end of the day, they hate the truth. They hate Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, right? You got to bring out, let's see, what is it? Galatians 4:16. Am I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth? See, and that's what it is. We become their enemies for letting them know their transgressions. And it's okay. That's the way it's supposed to be. We're set up to go against the grain of this world. 24, still Yahushua speaking. If I had not done among them the works which none other man did, they had not had sin. But now have they both seen and hated both me and my Father. And same thing with his prophets. If the Lord didn't set up the prophets, then what would be happening right now? There would be no righteousness at all on the earth. Right? And they've seen, they've seen the prophets. So now that they're accountable. If you're an Israelite and you've seen the prophets, which all of you will, because this truth is going to be taught unto the uttermost parts of the earth, and then the end shall come, right? Matthew 24. Matthew 24, and was it? And this gospel, Matthew 24:14, and this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. Okay? So the end's going to come. Why? Because the Lord set up his prophets. You're accountable now. Everybody's going to be accountable on the day of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, on the day of wrath, on the day of judgment. Okay? Everybody's going to be accountable. Why? Because this truth has gone out on all corners of the earth. Let me read that again. If I had not done among them the works which none other man did, they had not had sin. But now have they both seen and hated both me and my Father, and also the prophets. But this cometh to pass that the word might be fulfilled that is written in their law, they hated me without a cause. Right? The same thing with the servants, the prophets. They hate us without a cause. And it's necessary because the word has to be fulfilled. It's necessary for them to hate us too. Okay? But when the Comforter is come, whom I will send unto you from the Father, even the Spirit of truth, which proceedeth from the Father, he shall testify of me. And ye also shall bear witness, because ye have been with me from the beginning. Okay? And that's why, that's why we are in that spirit, because we've been with Yahushua. The spirits have been linked. Think about that. If you're one of the true servants, the true prophets of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, you've had, you've basically, let me get it. Because this is why. Let me see. So, it's crazy to think about it. But we've been with Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua from the beginning. This is Matthew 19:28. And this is Yahushua speaking. And Yahushua said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon the 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. And we're already doing that. We're already judging the 12 tribes of Israel. That's why your family tell you, oh, you think you're fucking perfect. Because why? You're judging them according to righteousness. You're judging them according to the laws of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. And they take offense to it. But if it's the elect, they're gonna take heed, and they're gonna, have a spirit of repentance, and instead of being offended and hating you, they're going to be in a spirit of like, yo, damn, what can I do? I need to get salvation. I need to listen to these men that Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai set up and chose from the beginning. Because they're going to see these scriptures, they're going to understand exactly what we're breaking down. And be like, dang, these dudes have been with the Father and the Son since the beginning, since before the foundations of the earth. Right? Let's get this real quick. Ephesians 1. This is why Yahushua said, "Ye have been with me since the beginning." Ephesians 1 and 4. According as he hath chosen us. Remember, he chose us. We didn't choose him. He hath chosen us in him before the foundation of the world, that we should be holy and without blame before him in love, having predestinated us unto the adoption of sons by Yahushua HaMashiach to himself, according to the good pleasure of his will, to the praise of the glory of his grace, wherein he hath made us accepted in the beloved, in whom we have redemption through his blood, the forgiveness of sins, according to the riches of his grace. Okay? Let's keep reading. Wherein he hath abounded toward us in all wisdom and prudence. Right? And prudence meaning you consider in the future, meaning you understand and you consider the prophecies. Having made us known unto us the mystery of his will, according to his good pleasure, which he hath purposed in himself. Okay? So, if we know the mysteries, then it's got to be talking about the servants, the prophets. Right? Because it tells you in Amos 3 and 7 about the mysteries. Surely the Most High Yahweh will do nothing but reveal his secret, is another word for mystery, is secret. His secret unto his servants, the prophets. Okay? So, hey man, this is a heavy, heavy thing. This is there's balance to this ministry. There's balance to this thing of ours. It's going to be lots of suffering, but there's going to be, times of rejoicing as well, And the true rejoicing will happen when our Lord Yahweh Shai will crack those clouds and we get that salvation and get delivered from this wicked ass place. And then in that day, we won't have to be doing this work. We won't have to be explaining the scriptures. Everybody's going to get it in that, once the Most High restores Zion or Israel or his people, right? Once we're back in the power seat, guess what? Everybody's going to know the truth. And really, because you got to understand, when these people die, they go back to the spirit world. Well, guess what? The spirits, even the heathen spirits, know the truth. But the spirits know the truth, man. And it's the flesh that keeps these people rejecting, hating, abusing his servants, the prophets. So, yeah, as soon as those missiles hit, as soon as everybody's unalived, those spirits, tells you in Ecclesiastes, they go back to the Father who made them. What, Ecclesiastes 12 and 7? Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return unto the Most High who gave it. Okay? And when you return, your spirit goes back to the Most High. Guess what? When you're in the spirit realm, you ain't questioning who Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua is. It's this flesh that makes you question the truth. Okay? It's the flesh that makes you not believe the Lord has servants who are prophets on this earth right now. Or when Yahweh Shai was on the scene, these people stumbled at Yahweh Shai. They didn't think he was the son of Yahweh. So anyway, with that, I want to give all the praise, all the glory, all the honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash, double honors goes out to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me the truth. Also want to acknowledge Al Akyam, who are pushing the truth with sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom to the elect. Shalom.